Put my earplugs in. Oh! Ow! Jeez. They all jumped out of the damn can. Dude, look, I got these little poppets. Ooh, that's loud. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are gonna attempt to make mechanical keyboards even more obnoxious. We're gonna be creating a device that'll make the keyboard even louder in an attempt to make the loudest possible keyboard. All solenoids? So, I think the first thing we add is a solenoid like punching a steel plate. But if we could have a solenoid punch, say, these little poppets, that's not really doing it. See? Then we could get some stuff really rolling. And then, if that ain't loud enough, we can have a hammer, like, bang on a gong. If that's not loud enough. Alright. I have some other accommodations. I got some firecrackers at the fireworks store today. And some giant... They're not M80s, they're M98s, which I think are less powerful. But they're still pretty damn strong. You'll need at least 4 hammers to allow them to keep up with the keystrokes. That's... Yeah, I'm aware. So that's the thing, is it can't just be one striker. It needs to be multiple that it switches between intelligently. Because it can only accommodate a certain number at once, right? Link M4s to each key. Well, see, we're kind of on that grind set here. How loud are these, actually? We should set some off. You want to start this stream off? You want to start this stream off with some shenanigans? Hang on a second. Where's a little... We have a few different noisemaker contraptions here. All right, hang on a second. Put my earplugs in. Oh! Ow! Motherfucker! Jeez. They all jumped out of the damn can. Well, glad I put my earplugs in. Looks like house is gonna smell like shit again today, boys. Maybe we'll start off less strong. Can you hit it with a big hammer? These little guys, I think we should hit with something. They don't really take much to go off. Like, that's pretty strong. These are a lot... You know, when I was a kid, these things were way more unreliable. Try an M80? I'm sorry, I think you mean an M98? I'm gonna fucking run away. I'm gonna light this and fucking run. That wasn't too awful bad. That wasn't as strong as I thought it would. Dude, they don't make them like they used to. These shits used to be a quarter stick of dynamite. Hang on, I got some other... We're getting sidetracked real fast. Hang on, I got some other little shits in here. What are these guys? Strobe stick? I feel like this one's gonna be bright. Is that it? That's not nearly as interesting as I thought it was going to be. Well, that was disappointing. Maybe it does better on the ground. You're trying to get me to light the desk on fire again. I know what y'all are after. Anyway. Ah, motherfucker! None! Alright, we ain't setting off any more of those. It fucking zipped out of the can immediately. What are the fireworks for? They're gonna get integrated into the keyboard. I want to try a few different ways of making it loud as fuck. Some more practical, some less practical. But I want one of the less practical but loud ones to be every time you hit a key, it sets off a firecracker. Or one of these, at the very least, one of these snap pops. I'll be honest, the only place you can get these is at a fireworks store. But I went to the fireworks store and I was like, well, I'm not gonna just buy like the $2 box of Snap Pops. So then I also got some other stuff. All right, let's get our circuit made. So I've already, you can see my wonderful test arrangement here. Also, why is my display off? I can't see, oh, whatever. You see my wonderful test arrangement here to test this. Basically, I wrote code. There's a script that runs on the PC, and every time you hit a key on the keyboard, it logs it and sends it to this. So then this flashes this LED every time you hit a key. So basically, for our basic version, this is just gonna hook up to some solenoids that are gonna go. We'll have to make it, I'll have to make one change, which is basically to make it take turns. So we'll have like maybe 3 or 4 in a row, and it goes in order and then loops around. All right, let's get our guys soldered up. I didn't put the pins on them. I feel like I fry these things constantly whenever I'm messing with them with motors. Maybe these H-bridges that I'm using just have like bad, like I need to put like beefier capacitors on the power supply. I think the motors are like back smacking into the controller and fucking up the FTDI chip, because they'll still function. It doesn't like break the microcontroller, but it doesn't, you can't program it anymore after, if you like use it enough. A snapper keyboard sounds like a nice prank. It's a good, dude, this is a gas idea. As someone that loves being loud and obnoxious, this is my good 911. All right, hang on. Let's get our little test array of LEDs up. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we got a little setup of LEDs here. Are we doing a solenoid per key? Nope, we are not. We're just doing a set of solenoids because it won't be able to go fast enough if there's just one. I have a lot of different relay boards here we could use. I'm looking for my one with 4 relays, because I think 8 is too, 16's definitely too many. 8 is too many as well. Here's my 4. All right, first let's make a quick modification to the source code, and then we're gonna load this on so that it automatically switches between the inputs whenever it detects a key press. A very rare case where I think the reason why is because Python is literally just sending one character at a time, but I think when you hit enter on the little Arduino serial terminal, it sends like the character and then like a clear line and a new line and shit. We're also gonna need our keyboard here. We should probably put this on like a smaller thing. We can solder it into something. 5 volts DC. I'm gonna assume we probably can't drive relays off of USB power. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like I'm probably right. I feel like it's gonna overload the USB port to try to do that. Quitter talk? I mean, we just need to put a beefier supply on it. And also, then we gotta get to the point where we're setting off a firecracker. We'll see if this is gonna work here. Oh wait, not the keyboard. Hang on, plug it into here. All right, and then open Arduino so I can see what COM this is. You need to play tic-tac-toe. I had to play an advanced tic-tac-toe match. This thing is definitely gonna blow up. Like, physically, probably. It is gonna be strapped to things that can explode. It's not triggering it. Makes me think it doesn't have enough voltage. All right, give it a common ground. Let's give it a common ground, but then backload 5 volts from a proper power supply into it and see if this makes it work. No, it's not. 5 volts. I think these need to be like on the source, maybe. There we go. There we go. All right. We're getting there. That already adds some extra noise, just like incidentally. That's annoying. Perfect. Let's go ahead and pop this guy off real fast and unplug him. We'd actually make a setup for this, because this is gonna need to actuate these solenoids. Now what the solenoid does is it punches this side out. So we can have this hit something that it's gonna make a noise against. which is what I want it to do. This one's actually missing its striker. I don't know why that's in there. This one is missing. So, why are so many of these missing parts? Instead of sound, make a fire start? Well, you're kind of close, because I have these guys, and if I have the solenoid punch one of these... Oh, wait, maybe not. Woo! There we go. We can get some fun shenanigans here. That's the idea we're trying to cook, right? So first, let's get this guy wired up. We gotta get it wired up so that it has like a jumper across all of them to like rail power across them all. And then once we get that set up, we can just have it drive these directly, because these run off a 12-volt line, and running them off of the USB isn't really possible.